Turn our mics on.
Are you sick?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Oh, hang in there.
I'll try not to get too close.
It's okay, I have some children. They're germ bags. Good afternoon, guys. This is the regular meeting of the Convention and Tourism Board here at Guyman City Hall. Item number 1, calling the meeting to order. It's Thursday, May 16th at 12:02. Hello, everyone in the audience and in attendance. Ursula, ma'am, can we move on to item number 2, attendance and roll call?
Yes, Wilson,
Here.
Redcorn,
Here.
Gutierrez,
Here.
Carrasco, and Stover.
Here.
We have quorum.
Excellent. Thank you, Ursula. Item number 3, public comments. Hello, public. Do you have any comments? No public. Okay. Thank you, public. Item number 4, discussion and possible action to approve the minutes for the March 20th, 2025 regular meeting. I was out of town, but I did watch it on YouTube, like a good chairwoman.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I have
for
a
the March
motion
20th.
from Ronnie to approve the minutes.
Second.
Gutierrez, seconds. All in favor?
Sorry.
Or did I do that wrong?
Yeah, Wilson.
I did.
Aye.
Redcorn,
Aye.
Gutierrez,
Aye.
Carrasco's absent, and Stover.
Aye.
Okay, we have 4 ayes.
All right, item number 4 passes. Item number 5, discussion and possible recommendation to approve the final report in the amount of $29,318.22 for the lighting and windows at the rodeo arena. I was here whenever we did pass it. I'm happy it passed through city council. Did they have to go through city council, or did you guys?
Yep. It does.
Excellent. Thank you for taking that long trek of a process. Peace be with you and your volunteer endeavors. Would you like to come up here and talk? And I'm sure we'll have some questions for you. Hi, Ginger.
Yes. So I'll give you a little update. First of all, the windows were part of a larger remodel, if you will, of the announcer stand. For those of you that went, you may have noticed some of the new windows. We also put a new roof, extended the roof over that VIP deck area. We raised the roof about 6 inches in the front, which you probably couldn't tell, to alleviate the leakage that we had. We put a thicker roof on. It was 29 gauge, now 26 gauge. That just means it's more better.
More better.
Oh, better.
More stronger, more thicker.
Oh, better.
So, put new countertop in the, or new counters, not countertop, but they painted all the interior. So it worked. PTCI came and reran all the coax cable inside. We put new lights up. All that paper was donated.
Nice.
Yeah, that was the lights was the other piece of that, so the LED lights, they were better than what we had, but we're still, as a committee, at least not satisfied with. We'd like it to be a little bit better, so we've already started discussions with the lighting company.
Awesome.
One of the issues is the poles on the ground are too short. So if you're sitting at the grandstands, the way those lights are pointed, since they're so much brighter LEDs, they kind of get you right in the eye, right? So,
I did notice that, but I was appreciating the new lights. So.
It looked
nice. Yeah, it was bright.
We're already talking to TCEC. They've found 6 ductile iron poles that are 15 feet taller than the one we currently have, and we'll probably donate putting those in. We've also got to call into the lighting company. We ended up putting some of the old lights back up because we didn't think we had enough coverage. I think their engineer may have miscalculated what our expectations were, so we probably need about 10 more of those lights to fill that out. And we're going to move some of the poles, for example, on the north side. That pole is in the back, and so you get some shadows from the signage and the OPED. We're going to move that up so it's adjacent to the fence in the arena and can go over that overhead where the signs are and down instead of out and into your eyes. So, but we have the controller. which is the same system that you have at the soccer complex. And so when we move those poles and then finish the lights, we'll install that controller as well. I would estimate this project between the new pens we built some new stalls, pipe corrals for the picket men up there on the top, and the lights and that donated labor is somewhere around $100,000.
Wow.
So a really good partnership. We're very thankful for your committee and the city and working together to make that all happen. Obviously, the rodeo was very successful. I can't remember a better one in the last 26 years that I've been on the committee. So, and really the partnership with the city has been fantastic. Questions?
I really appreciate all the work that you and all the volunteers do to keep the rodeo going, because I know that it would not happen without your guys' efforts. It
Well, we
would
have
wayside.
lots of great volunteers. And, you know, some that work all year, some that work just that week, but we need each and every one
Yep.
of them. And some that work all year but say, I don't want to work during the week, so I'm going to enjoy the rodeo, and that's okay too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're happy for all of them. We're always doing it.
I can't, I'm the president, so I can't motion to approve, but I very much approve this. What is your guys' next, other than what you just mentioned, your next big venture for the rodeo arena improvement wise? Is there a
So-
way to have more convention and tourism out there, or?
Yeah, there's several things that are kind of on the radar, and we have our follow-up meeting here in a couple of weeks, and we'll prioritize those. Of course, getting the lights to where we want them is number one. We've already started that, so we'll finish that out. We have some materials that have been donated from Seaboard that are out there in the back, some steel components, so we'd like to build another deck on that north side for some more. Eventually, there's, kind of master planning, but to have some kind of elevated box seats that people could buy, and I think that would be very popular and needed.
Oh,
If we're
yeah.
there Saturday night, we obviously need more seating everywhere.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
the more that we can create there, either that or we need to create another Saturday night.
Yeah. 2 Saturdays, Pioneer Days, which is a thing
I
now.
don't know, we could pretend Friday, Saturday, I don't know why.
2 a.m. rodeo and a 2 p.m. performance.
So,
2 a.m.
there's that, you know, we have a lot of slack. We had, I don't know, 2,000 runs or more
Wow.
during that week, and that's not counting the college rodeo, which was the weekend
Yeah.
before. So the guys that work down there, there's an arrow pen system, which is a way of sorting cattle, where you load them into individual stalls, and then you just walk down the middle, and you can see the number that you need, just let it out. It's a lot more user-friendly in terms of labor down there, so we may look at that. I've got some quotes already from Creeper Manufacturing to see what that would cost. We need to do the measurement, make sure that would all fit. So yeah, there's always something, of course, big stuff. Eventually, the seating thing, it would be nice to move the aluminum bleachers where they are. Just imagine if those were on the south end, where the scoreboard is, but elevated over those pens, and you could get to them from the concrete side so that all the fans came in on that side.
That'd be
It's a
lovely.
little bit of a traffic issue down there going through an actual alley that we're moving cattle for fans
Yep.
to get to that little.
Yeah.
So that would eliminate that south concession, that south ticket booth. We can move all that to the other side. And I think it would be better for fans, and it would create some more seating and some more space out there. It would be better for lots of stuff. I could keep going.
No.
I mean, and the reason why I asked that question is because we're gonna have a planning meeting about what we're doing with our finances. If you can savor the meeting for whenever we get down to our financials and go over that, we will discuss what is in our account right now, and I'd love for us to plan ahead and kind of have a budget of where we want to spend our money for 2026 and beyond. And if we can start a little side pool of recreational, convention and tourism aspects, which this is what the arena falls under,
Right.
I'd love for us to kind of start pulling money and setting that aside so we can help, and not just you guys coming and begging for money and getting the bare minimum. And wouldn't it be nice to plan ahead with the city and continue a good partnership?
Yeah, we would love to be involved.
Yeah. You guys have Erica on your team. I think Erica's amazing, and I hope that, yeah, she's great. Give her a raise. Anyways, I just want to plant that seed in your head, so maybe if you guys do talk to the board, you guys can start an idea of maybe like a 5-year plan for what you guys want out there, and we can, as a
Yeah,
city.
We'd be more than happy to
Because this is our hotel motel tax funding, so if you guys, yeah, I mean, I just think it would be a good idea.
Those two events, obviously, the college rodeo and the pro rodeo, and everything that goes on around Pioneer, it's not just the rodeo, obviously. But,
Yeah.
that is a huge impact in terms of visitors to our.
Yeah. And it's just time to make updates. I mean, I'm not bashing on anybody, but I mean, there's always just been Band-Aids put on a lot of infrastructure throughout all of rural
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
master plan and 5 to 10 year.
Yeah, that'd be great to see, and maybe if we can
Yeah, I
work
think
with
so.
you guys from the city's perspective and working on that would be great.
Absolutely.
I agree. I was gone for 4 years, so to come back and see the changes that were long overdue, it's nice to see
Yeah. Mhm.
us
And I wanna keep
updating and
seeing
fixing
that.
things and,
You
yeah, I
guys have a
agree.
great group going for you, so why not? I just don't see why not we don't make a bigger plan and a bigger picture to allocate some of this funding to help you guys have access to it.
Yeah, I agree.
That sounds fantastic.
And with
Okay.
that, I'd like to make a motion to approve their final report and get them paid.
Second.
I got a second on the floor. Ursula.
Wilson,
Aye.
Redcorn,
Aye.
Gutierrez,
Aye.
Carrasco, and Stover.
Aye.
Okay, we have 4 ayes.
Congratulations. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ken.
All right, guys, we're moving and grooving. Everyone's gonna have a nice lunch here. Let's move on to the next item. Item number 6, I'm happy you're able to stay, Mr. Stonecipher. It's talking about board and staff comments and our financials. 2 days ago, we did get an email out from, I think, Ursula, asking us to prepare any questions we have in advance for the financials for Rhonda. In the future, I will plan actively, but I would like just to make note so it can carry on to the next meeting and we can have an agenda and still plan to meet. Now that we're in it, Carrie was going over it and there is an item. I don't know, can everyone see this, Ursula, or just us?
No, there's packets up there.
There's a
available.
packet up there? Okay, if you guys want to run up there and grab a packet so you're on the same page, that's fine. If not, just follow along. Carrie's our numbers girl, but Carrie pointed out something. Carrie, pool. So we started a pool thing. What's going on with that?
I can't answer any questions. It's
Ginger, General, what up, girl? Come on up, baby. That's okay. Let's get our questions down now, so then at our next meeting we can make a better plan.
That works. Okay, so what all questions do you have about the pool?
So the pool fund starts, it looks like $73,000 is the budget, which is great. Do we know what we're doing with the pool?
So typically, whenever the year starts out, it's a lot of maintenance to get everything running. Making sure there's no leaks, that's a common thing.
Mhm.
So it does encompass that. The pool is not actually a money maker, I know that.
That's okay. It's a quality of life, just like our golf course.
Absolutely right. So we do carry that in the budget as well. So anything that we don't make, we pay for the salaries, for the lifeguards, for the pool to be managed. We do have concessions out there as well.
Mhm.
Of course, the concessions do make money, but they're still not enough to really cover all the
Absolutely.
expenses of the swimming pool, so, yeah. So
What
that's
would be,
what it is.
go ahead.
Is this an annual item, and is this the same amount annually?
It really just depends on maintenance. That's really what it's.
I know that there's a constant leak. Are we looking at a repair? Or are we just gonna keep filling the
So-
water into it?
We do repairs every single year, but that also includes the things that steep price increases.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things like chemicals, and I think that that's probably a huge thing that people don't really understand is how much chemical we
Yeah.
have to treat the water. And so I know that those prices increased as well. So I would like to say that that would be the budget for next year, but with the things the way they are right now, I can't, nobody can.
Yeah, we
Yeah, and I was just wondering about previous years also.
I would say that it had been lower. It just depends on where it falls inside of the budget. If we have a lot of things going on right now, so commission tourism is one of the ones that we can use to support that.
Don't we have on the grand scheme of agenda another hotel motel tax coming up?
I think that is on hold for a particular time frame. I can't answer to that.
Sheila.
That would be Mike.
Does Sheila know?
I think that is a Mike question.
Okay.
I have to guess. I think that's on.
Okay.
That's something.
And so just for the next meeting, I do want to know what has generally been budgeted out of our fund for the pool. Actually, all of these previous prior years, what those numbers have previously been. So I've got a golf course for 331,000, a general fund for 140, and a pool fund for 73. And so if for next meeting we can put on the agenda, I would like to know what we have done previously on those lines.
And then, just so we're planning ahead and we're not just slapped early, could we have a meeting to talk about how we could, for example, help the rodeo team in setting up maybe a transfer out fund or not rodeo team, the rodeo grounds, of what we're gonna do to help out with convention and tourism buildings out here?
So are you wanting to schedule as the board, like?
As a board with the public, or
staff?
what you guys would want, staff and board, or, I mean, whatever we have to do to just get this conversation out and start making a plan.
We can definitely.
Yeah.
stick on the book for that.
Okay.
So, just let me know if it's something that you're looking at for board, or you've got certainly a little bit of time to figure that out. So
Yeah.
if you're looking for something for the board, or if you're looking for something.
Just so we can have something solid to present for our annual budget. That's kind of my goal line for it. And then Sheila, we have over here marketing promotions, community events. Do we have any kind of like come to Guyman economic development forums that we have coming up? I'm sorry, yeah, I'll let you have, sorry, I didn't mean to go back and forth from you. Come on up, Sheila.
So for like tourism,
For convention and tourism, and we are a convention and tourism board, so.
there are some, I just haven't been able to go because I do a lot of the economic development forums, so I can look into that. So the event is more for things like when we used to have a Halloween Palooza, that's how I would fund it.
Okay.
Or if we do we'll do in August, it's the Children's Health Fair. So we'll buy items for that, like marketing items, but that's more of a community event and not a marketing. So that's where I'll pull those funds to go ahead and purchase. We usually do like some color changing pencils and rulers, so things like that. So things that are not already set aside, but it's something that we want to do as, as a convention tourism board. We go and we fund to do those things with the community events funds.
I know that you went to an economic development forum recently. Are we planning on still hosting one here?
Yes.
Is that funds that we can take out of convention and tourism to
Yes.
use? I'd love for our whole board to be invited. When is that date?
Well, I'm going to lie to you, it's in October.
It's in October, I believe.
Yeah,
And that's,
it's the full second Thursday of October.
yes, and I think it would be great for the whole board to come because those are other local economic developers, and hearing how,
region.
in our region, that we can hear how they're working to make their communities move forward, and I think it'd be very vital for all of us to hear. The other thing is the 2-cent tax. Do you have any information for that?
So talking about the new one or the one that's fixing to fall off? 'Cause I know all that.
We have one
comes out
falling
for
off, and we'll have,
2027.
so 2027.
Yeah, that's when we'll start. We're starting to do some of the things now. I know that we brought in some of the things that we talked about doing at the rodeo arena, which includes getting a restroom.
Yeah.
Or a baseball park. So those are the programs and the projects that we're getting together so that when we go after our 2027 2%, those are things that we are going to fund with it. So right now, we're just getting all of our documentation in a row so that we know exactly what that 2% is going to fund.
So is there a way that our board can be involved in that? Just, I mean, I'm a community outreach too, of just like what we're planning on doing and getting people excited.
Yeah, I mean, you can always ask for like a planning meeting, definitely financial planning meeting.
So is that what we can do next meeting? Because the last few times we haven't had any quorum. We had this quorum for this rodeo thing. So for our next meeting, can we just have that on the agenda for us to meet and talk about and kind of have an outlay?
I think that's something that Mr. Shannon has mentioned before about doing that separately.
Yeah.
I mean, if you girls on the
Okay.
board would be okay with that. I want to get something in the works and have a project molded by end of 2025, so then we can start hyping it up 2026, make adjustments as needed, and push in 27.
Yeah, I think having it, not this meeting, but a different one that's still open to the public, but it's more of not a very formal one, it's just discussion, and then bringing everything to the board or back to when we have an open meeting to vote on it. I think that's best. 'Cause it's
That's
at
whenever
that
we'd
point
bring the
we have a little
rodeo
opportunity.
committee in and say, what are you guys wanting? And maybe just inviting other community members, whether it's the baseball complex or just improving current rodeo, the fairgrounds maybe. I mean, where can we, I think that this is where we start, is it
Yeah.
not? So
Yes.
I'm saying this on record because I would like to see it get the motions turning hopefully
Yes,
before
and-
next meeting.
And I know that he has mentioned before, if you all want to meet with him, it just needs to be the 2 at a time, that you can sit and meet with him and go over things, because you can't have quorum in like a
I'd be okay with
in
just
that
a
setting.
laid-back planning meeting like Sheila said, where we invite the public in and we can all
Well,
talk.
that's where you need to start, though.
Yeah.
Is having your
So can we
little
put that on the
meeting.
notes to get it in the works and get some dates out in an email so we can all get it on our calendars?
You'll just have to let me know what dates work for you, and then we can go through Tina and schedule something for
Okay.
you all to sit with Mr. Shannon. But that's where we need to
Oh,
start
so we need to
first.
sit with Mr. Shannon first or the community?
You guys with him first.
Yeah, fine.
And then we'll have, then you all can schedule a community meeting.
Okay.
That's how
Okay.
we've done it in the past
Okay.
with other events.
I just want to get this to where it's on the agenda and every time we talk, because something else that's fallen off the agenda is where are we at with the community building for the fairgrounds, the, inclusion between the fairgrounds and the city?
And all of these things, like we discussed in our agenda review, and he doesn't, the only thing that needs to be an actual agenda item are the action items. So all of the other things just need to be discussed in the board and staff comments.
Like we're doing now.
Right.
So have we made any progress with the fairgrounds in the city at all?
That is a Mr. Shannon question.
Can we write that down to ask him in the notes?
Yes,
And then hopefully he'll be here next time?
yes.
Okay, I've talked a lot. Sorry, other co-board members. Is there anything
I
you
have
guys
a
wanna
question for
include?
Sheila. Sorry.
Sheila, baby.
So when I first came on in January, we voted to hire a company to do mapping and calendar, and where are we at on that?
Okay, so we finally got it passed.
Okay.
I met with Dell today. I sent him our old one because we asked for one of those 1,000 Leco posters or brochures. So I sent him an old one. We are working on it.
Okay.
It took a little bit to get through council because everybody's confused because it says GIS, so everybody assumed it's something IT, even though it's not. So, yeah, Mike signed it, we're good to go. So I met with Dell today and we're gonna start getting those things. He said probably a couple of weeks tops, so that he can, I just told him there was a lot of updates. Because the last one was when, like 2021. So I told him there's quite a few updates, and so we're gonna be going back and forth for the next couple of days.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank
Are
you.
we getting the updated maps too?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's what that was, okay.
Okay, thank you, Sheila.
And then the only other thing that I would like put on for the notes for next time is the big grants. If we've had any applications for it.
I'm working on a couple people right now. I'm working on Trace Portillo's and maybe Mr. Berger.
Yeah, so we haven't had any applications, and we've been pushing it out there.
Okay.
I think just right now with the construction costs, one of the people that I spoke with, that we were trying to help them redo their parking lot, they're like, well, 5,000 sounds great, but it's gonna cost me 27,000.
Right.
Which if they would've done it a year ago, it was more like 11,000.
Right.
So, I mean, with the construction cost, that's kind of hard right now, just with the inflation of everything and the tariffs. But we are working with people.
Can we reflect off of inflation costs and raise our grant?
That is something that this board will have to discuss, and it needs to go to council.
I would say, I don't think anything's ever gonna lower. I don't know why we wouldn't double our money and say, here's a big grant for 10 grand, and then I think we're gonna pull way more people in.
I that's why I want to have it on our discussion forum for next time, because I agree, everything is, $5,000 really isn't hitting where we need them to hit, and I think we need to raise that, and then I think maybe we need to discuss, making sure that that is being pushed, because it is something good for our small businesses to utilize.
Yeah.
And I know we have just to set aside 25,000 in funds, but we can always make a budget adjustment if we raise to $10,000 and start having people come in, correct?
I believe you can, well, I can send it to.
Let's put that,
council.
let's put that out, if we can put that on our notes to
Okay.
discuss next time. Then kind of,
Yes.
let's just overview that, please.
Mhm.
And that's all the questions I have.
Okay. Ani, do you have anything, Mija?
No, mija. Okay, I think we got it covered.
No, good.
Any other staff comments? I really appreciate everyone today. Okay. Item number 7, adjournment.
Wilson,
Aye.
Redcorn,
Aye.
Gutierrez,
Aye.
and Stover.
Aye.
Okay, meeting is adjourned.
Thank you everyone for your time. Thank you, Ursula, for everything. I felt like we just stacked you up with a bunch of stuff. But
She's writing as fast as
yeah, she's all trying to make eye contact and write with us, and I'm like, I'm so sorry.